Okay. Let's turn that music down just a little bit. That looks good. Okay. As we can see here. Goodness. Which one of these buttons mutes me? Having so much drainage, I'm coughing everywhere. So, as we can see here, we have some stuff to work on. This is the same thing that's up in the corner, if you can tell. So yesterday, is you on the right thing? Sure isn't. Open the wrong project by mistake. Okay. So today we're going to continue working on dialogue. And I kind of don't want to work on displaying the sprite and the speaker name because we haven't really decided what the design for that's going to look like. And I already have the infrastructure in place to actually display it. It's just a question of where it's happening. So for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is, which is definitely the test version where it appears in the same text box. Actually, in the same blob of text, in fact. And then we're going to I guess we'll just work on displaying response options and actually being able to select a response option. That sounds cool. So we'll do that. We also need to figure out how to load JSON from a file. We also need to... Okay, well, this is after displaying the response options, we need to be able to select a response, because those are two different things. And then they're related, obviously, but they're different. I think that's all for now. Maybe. So let's go ahead and move this over here and begin working on that. I also feel like this should just go like here. Okay. That should change on there now. Does that looks right to me? Just okay. Okay. So first thing is first we work on displaying the options. I feel like this should actually be really simple. Let me just think about it for a second. So, after the text is all typed out, which we already have. Yeah, this is not too messed with yet. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be after all text is printed. Oh, I already have that written. Good. Draw an indicator of pressing button to continue. Oh, well. Okay, yeah, so this does not actually go here. This goes... This goes here. But this does not need to be. This needs to not be checking if all the text is printed. It needs to check if we have multiple pages of text. But I don't know how we know if there's a page break, right? Like, how do we know if there's too much? Probably what we do is we basically declare a variable, like maximum characters per page. And that's going to equal, heck, I don't know. I don't even know how long this is. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not actually going to count. It's stupid. I'm just going to spitball 350, which is certainly too low. Based on how big this is. Well, maybe it's not too low. I'm going to assume that's too low. But it's there so we can adjust it later. So, what I'm sitting here thinking about is that we need this to... This is the part that's actually drawing the text. And we need it to stop when it hits the maximum page length. But also, we actually don't... We don't want to just, like, sit there in the middle of a word and break. So maybe instead of this, we actually just manually do this, and we have dialogue that has breaks built into it. That's probably better, because then we can decide when it breaks it up, so it actually makes sense. Okay, we're gonna add that to the to-do list and then put that on the back burner. This to-do list is only gonna get bigger, I can tell. So, okay, back down here. So if it is respondable, and all the text is printed, draw responses. Okay, so we have two different ways we can do this. This being indicating the selected option. Okay, so we have two options, right? First option is we have our dialogue options. You know. And then we basically, seriously, do we not have the right kind of triangle here? Okay, whatever this will do. Bro, this is really annoying actually for no reason. So we have a little indicator like this that hovers over which one we're actually selecting. So there's that we could do. Or we could, I don't know if it'll let me do this. I don't even know if it matters that I try to do this. I don't think it actually matters, but we could have one be like when everyone's hovering, make it kind of fully opaque, but the other two be a little bit transparent. Trying to think if I have an example of this somewhere that I can show you. I don't think I do. At least not off the top of my head anyways. Another one we could do is have like this one, whatever one's selected, scale, like that. Like, just scale up a little bit while we're selecting it. So it would, okay, not that big. It'd be like, I don't know, 25% bigger. Just enough for it to stand out. Other options are to like highlight the edges of the selected one. There are a million ways to do it, to be honest. I don't know what the right way to do it is, and to be honest, it kind of doesn't matter. Changing it is actually not that hard. All you have to do is, in this place where we're drawing it, going to say, well, you know, this is pseudocode, but if it's for responses, this is Python, by the way. I'm writing it in Python just so you can we turn this off for just a second, please? Okay, you know what, I'm gonna do it this way. Okay. I'm writing it here, don't worry about it. So we'd say for each in responses, if each is selected, draw it one way, and then if it's not, or could do, which is not selected, draw it another way. So then all you have to do is just change the way you want the selected one to be drawn and the way you want the other ones to be drawn. It doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't change the actual implementation that much. you can see it on the blurb now if you want. Again, that's Python. That's not actually game maker language. Okay, that's got to go away now. So, sorry. So that's how we do it. Like, for example, we could start with do our standard for loop logic. Actually, is there like a struct? What's the best way to loop through a struct? Okay, hold on. Now I need to know the best way to loop through a struct. Oh, right. I always forget about this. I guarantee I will. What? Unreachable code. Why does it think this code's unreachable? Why does it think that code's unreachable? What? I'm confused. Guarantee it was finding that code earlier. So why did it think it's unreachable? Okay, I'm just going to assume that that's bugging out and see if it works here in a little bit. Is this the problem? No. I don't know why this thinks it can't do this. Okay, so now we say we're gonna loop through the options, and for each option, like I said, if options equals selected option, I should say hovered option, do something else, do something else. So somewhere in here is where we're gonna actually mess with it. Options are displayed equals false, so let's say if options are displayed, have code to let us figure it out, or select option. Okay. I still don't know why this is giving me this weird error. It's honestly really annoying. But I don't know what to do about it, to be honest, so. I'm sure this will come back to bite me once I fail to figure out why it's doing this. But until then. I just don't know why it thinks this is unreachable code. I have no idea. It's a second issue, a double unreachable code, huh? Okay, actually, really quick, here's what I'm gonna restart this and maybe it'll magically work. Because these blue lines, I thought I can just skip past them and keep writing code, and it's bothering me too much. Nope. No idea why this is the case. Oh wait, that's wrong. I want that. Okay, well, I can't find it. So we're just gonna keep dealing with it and hope it eventually works, I suppose. Okay, so let's do it first by just changing the alpha of the selected option. First, we're going to need to set some variables. Options spacing. I'm just going to start off by calling it 10 pixels. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Just guessing. Actually, yeah, I feel like this is actually already close enough to English. I do not have to do that. That seems a little silly, to be honest. Okay, so okay, so variable options. Great. Okay, so for each option, if the option is our hovered option, we're going to draw. Well, we already have to draw text. One notable thing, if we were thinking about maybe drawing text as like having the selected option be a specific color or highlighted, that can be unclear if you have only two options. But if you go with the arrow or the like the opacity one, I think it's clear which one is highlighted, even if it's only one. We're 3 deep into unreachable code. Love it. For some reason, every like statement is telling, like if statement, for loop, or make stuff more and more unable to be reached, and I don't understand why that is. That was the issue. Okay. Okay, so we want text box height. Well, we want I feel like we want this to be in relation to the text box X and Y. The text box X is actually just going to not change ever, theoretically. I am not wearing your clothes. That's true. But I am wearing my sweatshirt that you've kind of stolen, so I feel like it kind of counts. You can agree or disagree, I suppose. Okay, so you want to get the text box X value minus half of its width, which is 150. Let's see if that works. Text box X, where is Love you too. Enjoy work. I will be here. Okay, now we can input all this stuff into the draw text. Response Y. This string is of course the actual text. Option dot text. Separation is a default value. Distance in pixels between lines of text. Oh, it doesn't matter. Because we don't actually. This should never ever overflow a line. That being said, I guess it technically might, so we're just gonna say 2. Seems fine for now. Width is how long it goes before a line break. 100. It shouldn't ever have to do that. So actually, I'm gonna put 100. It shouldn't even get that far, but if it does, okay. I'm gonna make all these black for now. And then the alpha is 1, meaning it will be fully opaque. Now, we have the exact same thing if it's not, with the only difference being the alpha. The alpha will be, we'll say, 50%. If we're not hovering it. That might be too high. That might be too low. We'll have to look at it and see what's what. But we also need to draw the box itself. Which is equally as easy. So let's draw sprite extended. Okay, great. So the sprite is going to be the option sprite. The sum image is going to be the sub image of this object. It would be image index actually. And what that does is that just lets the sprite animate if we want it to. It can. Box X box Y. The X scale is going to be box height. And okay, box height, then we have box width. Rotation is 0. Color, it's not color, is it? Oh, it is color. Okay, so we want it to be white because that means it won't actually change anything. And then lastly, our alpha. Okay. Does this magically work first try? All this will do is display the option. It won't even let us... it won't even let us select anything. We'll go ahead and say the hovered option is whatever the first one is, just for the test. Hovered option equals... that actually can't go there. That needs to go here. This should theoretically work. We will see what happens. I don't think I've ever written that much code and it automatically worked first try ever, so you know. Is it in my inventory? Okay, here it is. Yep, that's fair. Ah, it's because I didn't put an S here. Well, that did, of course, not work. That was because I skipped an S, not because the actual structure of the code was wrong. So I'll give myself half a point if this works still. Okay. Oh. Can't use an array like that. My problem is I keep trying to do this intermixed with working on Python stuff, and the syntax is just so different. Unable to convert string college to integer. This returns an array, right? Yeah, it's an array of strings. So this needs to be dialogue. I'm dumb. Let's go. Wait. It needs to be that in front of everything that says options. That's fine. That needs to go there. Let's do it this way, actually. I think I missed something there, but we're just gonna give it a go. Okay, line 58. Oh, well. My bad. Same thing. Huh? That's options. Options I. Huh? Huh? Wait, why does that not work? Doesn't make any sense. It's freaking out here because this is. It's looking for options, but I need it. Wait, I don't think this is gonna work, to be honest, but I'm giving it a shot nonetheless. Okay, well that's fine, I guess. I was right that I couldn't do that. This is getting really unwieldy, to be honest, and it's making me mad that it's not working. Okay, so that wasn't actually the problem then. That's good. Can I do that garbage then? No. Stop. Okay. Let's go ahead and print. Oh wait. Show debug message. I want to see what this has for me. Wait, what? Oh. I do actually, in fact, need this stupid fake variable. Hold on, we want all that back. I feel like this is going to print exactly the name, and I realize that's not my problem. Ah. If I were to just print this. Okay, so if I do this, does that work? Okay, that does work. Wait, it's still just not text it? Oh, that's fine. I don't understand why that's not wanting to work. So I could just put this here, I'm pretty sure. Right? That should just work. No, that's not work. What? That's so annoying. Why would that not work? I'm actually very confused why I can't traverse it this way. This is representing the names of the variables, but for whatever reason, it does not want to pass this as an option. Hold on. I just saw this. Does this work? I don't know. This is gonna be so annoying. I mean, I'm glad I found it if this is it, but holy cow, you know? Please work. Nope. The object options, which should be So this is the keys, which I have set as options. Am I thinking about this all wrong? Can I just like, oh, oops. Can I just get array from struct change to? Actually, I want struct to array is what I want. Actually, I guess I can just do that, right? I can just say, oh no, because I can't access it for some reason. Oh. I missed this. Okay, after all that, maybe this will work. Okay, good. This is something new. I know exactly what this is. Just that this is too big. This needs to be less than, not less than or equal to. Because we're looking through an array. Duh. I think this is it. Okay. It's real jacked, but it's there. Okay. Response. Okay, these boxes are way crazy. It's the text box width. No, the height's the weird one. Pretty sure this whole thing is supposed to be divided by the sprite height. No, incorrect. Text box Y is way too high. So text box height. Oh wait. No, we're talking about the box height here. 10 times sprite width. Or 10 divided by sprite width, rather. So I feel like this is not big. We do 5. Does that work? What is going on here? Okay, first off, this right here is taking too long. Every test, so we're gonna set this to 5, so it goes faster. Okay, so all this stuff is being displayed real wacko doodle, let me tell you. Oh, maybe if I actually divide the height by the sprite height, that would help. Duh. I don't know that that's really better, to be honest. Okay, what if we just do 1 divided by sprite height? I'm confused. Did I put the box height in the wrong spot? I did do that. I put the box height and the box width in the wrong spots. Alright, let's try that now. Maybe it'll work. Okay, as you can see, only one, I mean, it's super wide for 0 reason, but, let's see, box width. Text width is box. That can't be right. Is padding way too high? The text is also not aligned with it at all, but that's a different problem. Also, the actual want the actual boxes to be higher up. Box X. I'm actually not convinced this isn't supposed to go at the end, actually. Variables here. Box X. Oh, it'll be box offset X equals, I don't know, man. Minus 45. And the box offset Y is going to be like the same thing. And we'll see what's that up with that. But our boxes are still super wide. Box width is crazy. So I don't know if that box padding is too high. Doesn't look like it. The text width can't be that high, right? Let's show this debug message here. Printing out the text width. And see what we get. We should happen 3 times. Or constantly spam it, actually. Okay. So these offsets are way too much. Oh, we actually haven't even done anything with the offsets. What did I do that caused them to go away? I moved this here. Okay, that has to go back, I guess. To be honest, I'm not really thinking that through. I'm just following my gut. Plus box offset Y. This will be plus box offset X. Oh, that doesn't go there. That goes there ish. Box offset, huh? Oh. Oops. That has to go under that. I'm very silly. Silly indeed. Okay. Okay. What's our Y padding? Box padding is 1. Is it used? Where's the box height come from? This needs to I don't know why these boxes are hella wide. Box width. Oh, I know why. Because I'm stupid. I did I did not divide it every time. I didn't divide it by the sprite width. So it's just scaling it up super high. Ah, look, we have somewhat normally sized things. Okay, we also want them to be left justified, don't we? I think that should, in theory, left justify it. Oh, well. That didn't work. Oh, those are right justified. Could we do left justified? Like that? That is left justified, but the text appears to... we also need to set this overflow, this right here. Like oil under. So the text doesn't just roll over on itself. Oh, this is also a little tiny silly thing. But we do in fact need to draw the text after we draw the box. Otherwise, obviously, it draws the text under the box, or rather, the box on top of the text. Okay, just a little thing there. And these are just gonna have to have a physical offset. Minus response text offset, I guess. Maybe text offset. Text offset X. This, of course, will be the same thing for text offset Y. I'm totally spitballing here on these values. Also, I went the wrong way. Also, these boxes are so small. Their spacing is so small. Okay, let's like triple their spacing and make their padding 5 pixels. See how that looks. Okay. Size, infinitely better. The spacing is a bit much. The issue is I had the spacing be exactly the box height, and I don't want that. So I want the option spacing to be down here. It needs to be box height plus the actual value. And we'll say 5 pixels for now and see where that takes us. Now I'm noticing the text itself is not justified, which is annoying me. Oh, we already have this, so that's fine. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, I messed that up somehow. Box option spacing. Okay, that is too small, which is just annoying because I thought the box art was already included in that. Clearly it is not. Oh, we already have the box art here. So I was already including that. Just elsewhere. Okay, in that case, so 10 is the minimum. 10 is them contacting each other. Well, let's do this actually. And even if option spacing is 0, they should be perfectly stacked upon each other. Okay, that's, believe it or not what I meant. So why is that doing that? Box padding should be taken into account twice. Because it should be the padding around all sides. So our box padding 3, that might be a bit much still. Let's set it to 2 actually. And then our option spacing, jeez, I don't know, I really thought that. Okay, we're just gonna do 20. I don't know, man. It's kind of arbitrary, to be honest. Okay, let's go to 15. That's pretty good. I don't love how the text is not aligned at all. Ow. So what I'm a little confused about now is that these responses should just be... Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me check something. It might be that the top left pixel of each thing is centered. So the top left pixel of this text is like right here. It's like kind of... It's like the top left pixel is like centered here, like in the center of the box almost, center bottom of the box. So what if it is box X minus half of box X? So it'd be minus box X times 0.5. Oh, that's not a dot, that's a comma. Okay, the box. Yeah, no, that's what I want. That's the scale. Times. Okay, I'm pretty confident this is going to mess up in some manner or another, but let's see what happens. What we want is for the text to just be centered on the boxes. Okay. The text is in fact gone. Okay, let's try this. I'm not sure this will do much, but the worst thing that can happen is we learn something. Okay, it's all the way over there. Oh, this is the X coordinate of the box. I want the X width. I'm so dumb. I want the box width. So this actually I might have to, because box width is already being divided by this primary. Okay. Times. This is some convoluted math, let me tell you. Okay. They're now. Now we just have to add the offset. And the offset, this is to be a Y offset, thank you very much. The text offset right now is 10. I would like it to instead be, actually the X might just be 0 now. And honestly, let's just put the Y to 0 and see what happens. Okay. Pretty close. So this text needs to probably be 3 pixels. And the Y offset needs to be minus, what, 5 pixels or so. That looks pretty good. Oh, you know what? Actually, that is a little stupid though. I should just set this so the padding is off by 1. Or by the offset is not equal to anything with the box padding. Which in this case I'm going to change now to be 5. Gotta say, that looks pretty good. The option spacing needs to take into account the box padding. So I think we had it at like maybe like 13 plus the box padding plus the box padding. No, the box is padding to be only 4, I think. Oh, we hit the wrong button. Honestly, 4 might be too much. I don't want to launch this in debug mode. Thank you. Okay, let's see how this works. I want that spacing to be a bit more. That padding can also honestly come down a little bit. Yeah, text all that. The padding can go down to a 3. This I'm going to bring up to a 14. Just adjusting dials. I feel like that looks pretty good. I think I want this to come off the padding by 1. Aside from that, that looks pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. I'm kind of a fan. Now we have to figure out how to move the boxes, but it's okay because the text is just tied directly to wherever the boxes are. So if we move the boxes, the text moves with it. So the boxes, the box have offsets already built in, so it's just adjusting the offsets. X needs to go up, or sorry, X needs to go left, which means up, which means, let's just zero this out, it's arbitrary. This needs to go up, which means negative, so we're going to go up by another, something about 100, that's probably too high. This went the wrong way. This is supposed to go farther negative, and that was definitely too high. Again, these are also tied to the location of the actual dialog box, so if you move the dialog box, these will follow it. Okay, so bug offset Y, let's bring that down to like say 60, and this needs to be like negative 100. Oh, not 1,000. So that needs to go up a little more. The box padding, oh, I'm sorry, the Y offset needs to go probably 100 was so much. Let's just do 275, and then this X offset could be 130. Might be actually the number I'm looking at here. Oh man, it's already 11:15. Fun. Okay, that's a lot better. Let's push that another 30 pixels. It's too far. 30 pixels was way too much of an overshoot, so let's go to 45, perhaps. 145, rather. There's a bit of an overhang there. 2 pixels maybe is a good difference. Kind of looks like it. Looks like it actually brought it over 1 too many, so I think the difference was a 1 pixel difference there. Yeah, guys, gotta be honest, that looks like it. Okay, so now we need to be able to change our response. Okay, so if we need to set options are displayed somewhere over here, so blah blah right text. Okay, so if it's respondable and all text is printed, we need to set options are displayed equal to true. And also our hovered option, this is just test. This needs to be elsewhere. We want so we go over here. So if inputs down, oh no, if input down, don't know why that was so hard. Oh, that won't work. So if I have an option, some of these sounds are placeholders. Yes. Did I answer your last question? I got distracted. The placeholders question, I did not answer that yet. I was laser focused. Yeah, probably. I kind of like the zombie sound, unironically, but kind of have to figure out what the actual sound design on everything is. You know. There we go. Yeah, okay, so this is about to work, I think. So that's very exciting. If input down, then we need to do hovered index plus plus. Then if we go up, hovered index needs to go down by one. Okay. Let's see if this works. I feel like I missed something. Oh, sure did. Oh, duh. I know what I did. This needs to. I need to set a wraparound for this. Less than 0. How do I work this? Array length. Options -1. Okay. Okay. There, I fixed that issue. We can select through the options, except for up. The up key goes down and the down key goes up. So let me just quickly swap that, and then that should work again. The up key should actually go up this time. Woohoo! Okay, now all I have to do is say if inputs enter what we need to do is we need to set our actually we need to to set dialog blurb equals okay. I think this works and we have functioning dialogue, not one person talking. I mean functioning dialogue. Okay, so if I hit silence, it should say, all right, then keep your secrets. Okay, instead it crashed. Object I. What the heck? Who? Oh. That's my bad. Covered index. Okay, sorry, let's try that again. So close. Okay. Please say alright, then keep your secrets. Okay, that was weird. What just happened there? Oh, I know what happened there. And then we need to reset the... Okay, actually, this just has to... This needs to go above this is all. Oh, no, that can't be it either. Power index needs to equal 0. Maybe now. So close again, I know. We have to tell it that we're no longer displaying options. Otherwise it breaks, which makes sense. We did it! Okay, let's... Oh, we messed up. It worked. Okay, so I saw a little glitch there where it displayed. You didn't hear anything? Oh, there's no voice lines yet, if that's what you meant. Because we have none of those recorded. Is that what you were talking about? Oh, I know. The glitch I was just talking about is because... Oh, yeah, we haven't recorded them yet. The glitch that I was just talking about was not really a glitch. It's just the fact that we don't have this yet. So it automatically skips through Aaron's talking. Oh, wait, not that one. Well, I mean, kind of that one, actually. That's part of it. If text is all printed... This is actually just going to be not related to you, buddy. Sorry. The text is all printed and not options are displayed. Meaning all the text is printed, but there are no options displayed because there's no options to display. We need to await a command before we continue. Wait a minute, isn't that what this is doing? I'm thinking my inputs might be jacked. No, that should work. Huh? Okay, let me just run that again and see what happens really quick. So pay attention when I answer as Aaron. You'll see Aaron have for like a frame, his dialogue will pop up and then it'll go back to Baldock. I don't even know if you saw that based on frames dropping with Twitch, but I don't know why it would do that. Give me this, by the way. Don't need that. I don't need this either, I'm pretty sure. It's like it's... Oh, you know what it is? I bet it's because this step and this step have different inputs. Good news is this can literally just be removed and placed right here. I think. You didn't really see it, I imagine. That's fair. No, that didn't work again. Okay. So colorful. It is very colorful. It's true. Stuff has different colors based on what it is, so you can kind of glance at it and know what it is better. Like these are functions. The yellow is strings of text. These are variables. Syntax stuff is like this color. A lot of this looks the same to me, to be honest. Comments are green, meaning those don't actually do anything. They're just for me to read. Sometimes if you have code that you're like, this isn't working for some reason, I want to take it out for a second, but without deleting it, you can just turn it into a comment. And it just ignores it. So that's nice. Anyway, I don't know why that's not working. I'm pretty sure this is a pipe dream, putting it here and it magically working, but we'll see anyways. Okay. I don't even know why that broke that way. Oh yeah, I do. I don't know why these are in parentheses like that. Oh. This is just not supposed to be here. Ah, there we go. Oh. What did I break? I broke it again. No, wait, that is supposed to be there. I'm dumb. That's how it moves on automatically. I'm annoyed that this worked here, but not earlier, by the way. I don't even know why that is. But that's neither here nor there. So, I guess I'm confused why it's skipping through stuff. if the options are displayed. Which only happens when all the text is printed anyways. Oh, okay. I know what to do. This needs to be nested. It needs to be nested here. Else if. Okay, that might work. I was kind of trying to do the same thing, checking for the same thing twice and doing stuff off of it. Oh, I didn't think about that. We actually need the nest part of it, but not all of it. Changing the index, yes. Actually entering is what we need to move out of this. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. Okay. We did it! And then if it enters, it should go away. Yes! Okay. Alright. And now let's try... Alright, this is Roy. Okay. Now we can do a different line. Okay, so we have... I'm Roy at the College of Erkenstead. Glasses. Oh, I'm from the capital, Erkenstead. Oh, there is one. Okay, that's awkward. We'll have to figure that out in a second. There is one thing I'm realizing, which is the response text. It doesn't. I have it as the. I don't want the text, I want the option display. So, it's a very, very small thing, but it matters. And I'm going to turn the characters to type speed way back down to 2. So we can see it actually work. I know! We did it! We made progress! That's beautiful, and then it just gives us the these shortened answers that are way too long for the text that's now in them. What did I do? How's that work? Oh, beautiful. It's a little bit tight on the back end, but we can fix that for sure. That looks like functioning dialogue to me. For some reason, this first one wasn't seeming to work though. Okay, and that is because there was an oopsie somewhere. This one worked just fine. Why is that? Well, I need to read that again, actually. So I get to here. Oh. No, that should work still. Line 23. Okay, I remember we had the same error before because the speaker is like already stored as something else. But I'm creating it here, so that doesn't make any sense literally at all. Huh. I don't know why this is just not working here, but every other spot it works, right? Like, it gets the speaker correct here, gets the speaker correct previously with Baldock, but here it breaks. I don't know why. And it's successfully fetching this. It just says that it's trying to change it to an integer. I've seen this before and I can't remember what happened. Okay, we're just gonna give this a good old copy paste into Google and see what happens. Running my game, it keeps giving me an error. Able to convert string blank to this. Different data type. The problem is that I'm not trying to for the string number at all, and a similar set of code that uses the same concept. Love you too. Enjoy work. Tell the office ladies hello for me. confused because I don't want to convert it to, so I don't know why it's trying to. Can I just do this? There's no way, for no reason that this should be like the thing we're doing here, but I don't know. What is this emoji? I don't even know what that is. Okay, we broke it immediately. What? Oh wait. Oh, hold on. He's just... There we go. Again, Python. Oops. Yeah, same thing. I don't know why it wants it as a string. Like it's trying to convert it into a string. Trying to convert game maker does something silly where it converts object names into numbers, which shows the technical reason why we need to asset get index. I just cannot figure out why this matters at all. I don't know why this matters. Wait a minute. If I pick dark instead. So I'll go on this side. Yeah, I mean, that should go to response option 0. Oh. Huh? There's something kinky with the way this is. Am I dumb? Might be dumb. So, like, for some reason, it's like setting I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. We just have the dialogue blurb, which is like where all our data is, right? Yeah, okay, great. Crash. What we see is that displaying the blurb of where the dialogue is. Okay. This says speakers Aaron, Texas O in the capital. That's fine. That seems to work fine. But for whatever reason, after we select that, we select Irk instead for Aaron. Well, that's fine, because what happens is we should hit. Oh. Okay, I know what's happening. Well, no, that doesn't make any sense, actually. Is it weird because these response options are not empty? Because there's literally one response option here. The response options to that are varied. Like if I just delete this, if I delete this, does it just work? Yeah. Is that not it? Yes, that should work then. All game text. Line 101. There's an additional. How'd that get there? Okay. Okay, hold on. I know what's going on here. I messed up, and there's an extra. Somewhere, there's an extra semicolon. That's what's going on here. Or not semicolon, I'm sorry. Brace bracket. No, there's not. Okay, so if I do that, this should work. And maybe figure out what's going on here. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so we know it has something to do with this chunk of stuff right here. It's not actually the response itself that's the problem. Oh, I did it twice. Okay, that's fine. So it's something. This right here. Oh my gosh. I'm so dumb. Oh my goodness. Are you ready to see how dumb I am? I didn't actually give it a name. Like that. Oh, oops. Watch that be all there was. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright. We did it. There was some clunkiness with my handwritten JSON file. Crazy. That's crazy. Who could have wondered that? In other news, I did this yesterday off stream, and it probably has a few more kinks to work out, but broadly speaking, I now have this file here, which takes a so it takes, excuse me, it's a spreadsheet where you put data in. This way. You put data in this spreadsheet. Currently there are no voiceovers, obviously, but you put in data for all the lines of dialogue that might come up. And by you, I mean our writers. Let's probably get that over here, I imagine. And it takes this data and spits out a JSON file that looks like this. That has all the dialogue data like the game needs it. I have not tested this yet, but in theory this should just work. I haven't like tried importing dialogue into GameMaker yet, but like I said, I imagine that it works. That's not related to this at all. But yeah, that is what's going on. Dialogue. Yet again, failed to spell dialogue properly. So, okay, looking back here, that is done. We got selecting a response done. Okay, so that's where we're at for now. Let's also display response options. That's done. Soft completed because we might change the way it looks. Okay, feels like we did a lot more today than that, but we really worked hard focusing that, I suppose. So yeah, I'm gonna run one more example really quick for ease of clipping, to be honest. So we open it up here. Ignore the fact that it's in the middle of combat. This is just for testing purposes. So we have Baldock, say hi, this is some example dialogue, isn't that neat? Anyways, you don't look like you're from around here, where are you from? Then you have 3 options to answer. We'll start with answering nothing. Answer nothing. Alright then, keep your secrets. And that is all there is to it. Now if you will give me a moment to get back through combat. That is so loud for no reason, I'm sorry. You could say Erkenstead. And like, oh, I'm from the capital of Erkenstead. Oh wow, the capital, huh? Which district? And then you get more options to answer, and depending on what you answer, he says something different. So if I say north, well, those fields, right? And then, you know, whatever else it is. Again, this is just example dialogue, but it works now. We have not yet, I have to add this, otherwise I'm gonna forget. We need to add how do you spell implement? Implement? That is so wrong. It's with an I. Implement dialogue flags. Make the flag field said Falg again. Flag, field, in dialogue verbs. Actually, trait flags. Dialogue blurbs. Actually, assign myself to that. That is related to dialogue. Create that one. Okay, I'm gonna forget if I don't say that, so I have to say it. Close that out, and then. All right, I think that is a good amount of work to get done today, and I will see you all around later. Thank you for hanging out, appreciate it, and have a good rest of whatever.